Remember, just read these passages when we're asked for the main idea. It's just get as much sense of it as you can. The first line of most of these things is just telling us the book it came from. That rarely matters. You can always skip that, but definitely read the second one just in case it gives you information that matters for understanding the passage. The narrator was once involved with the Time Regulation Institute, a fictional bureaucracy that regulates the time of Turkey's clocks. I may be the most humble and absurd man in the world, and as my wife says, the most slovenly creature you may ever meet. That is, before the founding of our institute, but I did come to know a truly great man who possessed a natural genius for invention. I spent years at his side. I watched the way he worked. I witnessed how an idea would suddenly catch fire in his mind and take shape, like a tree sprouting shoots and branches before coming into being. So what's the main idea? I don't know. The narrator's bad. This other person is good. So, I don't know. That's maybe what I get. Just before I forget, slovenly means kind of like unkempt, like you're just kind of like messy, wearing, I would say, like sweatpants everywhere with stains and holes and your hair's all over the place, right? Slovenly is you're kind of messy. Okay, anyway, moving on. What's the main idea of the text? A person was fortunate enough to have found love despite his obvious shortcomings. Well, does it love the other person? Talk about strong words. Love is a strong word. I don't think he loves him or her or whatever. It's just about, the way he worked. I witnessed an idea would suddenly catch fire. I mean, those are certainly nice things to say about a person, but love, that's a big jump. So I'm not going to pick that unless everything else is wrong. B, an exceptionally talented person professes humility to avoid intimidating others. Avoid intimidating others. What others? There's no others. This is a person thinking in their head. They're not doing anything about other people. So no, there's no others. C, a person appreciates the extensive time he passed in the company of someone he deeply admired. Well, is there someone he deeply admired? Yes. Is it extensive time? I spent years. Okay, yes, but notice strong word, right? Strong word, and I'm checking it, and I'm looking for something to match that. So right there, that's how we're supposed to do these, is we're looking at strong words that have a lot of meaning in these answer choices, and we're hoping we find something that means or at least conveys the same idea in the passage. So extensive time is definitely strong, but it checks out. Okay, they're appreciative of it. It seems they're saying positive things. So, okay, there's a lot of good stuff about choice C. Let's look at D. A truly brilliant person lets ideas mature in his mind before expressing them aloud. Who's the truly brilliant person? Is it the narrator? Because that person seems to be, slovenly and not so great. But is it the person who they worked alongside? And then what are we talking about in terms of expressing them out loud? Do we even talk about that? I watched the way he worked. I witnessed how an idea would suddenly catch fire in his mind and take shape before coming into being. There's nothing about talking here. There's nothing about saying things out loud. So this is just not talked about. So yeah, it's definitely C. Like I said, A, if nothing else worked, I would have maybe picked it because love is a positive emotion and maybe this is a way to describe someone in a loving way. But it's just too strong and we don't have evidence of that. Whereas everything in C, I can find evidence of, and it's much safer, right? To just say you admire someone rather than love them. Admire is strong, but it's more inclusive. It's just positive, right? You can admire someone without loving them, but it would be weird to love someone without admiring them, I guess. I don't know. Who cares? That's not a philosophy lesson. That's the answer. Definitely think about strong words and check them in the passage. And when an answer choice is right, the strong words in that choice will be provable with something in the passage.